don't need bigger knife. Yeah.
Greetings, everybody. We have returned once again on a fine Sunday evening to entertain the masses. All of them.
Both of them.
As long as it's in a group less than 10.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
Yeah. No.
That's that. 3 makes a crowd, right?
Mm-hmm. This week we're going to be having our last minute Christmas options, some nice ideas for the knife nut in your life. Then we're going to get into some Christmas themed crazy silly fights, followed up with a review on the CRKT Piet,
I think.
Which was actually a viewer request. So, yeah,
Indeed.
we were able to get our hands on one and do a first request video. So,
Indeed. So, yeah. I'm going to remind everyone out there to make sure you subscribe and share and like the video and do all that fun stuff to help us out.
Please.
We are 1 subscriber away from hitting that 500 goal before we can give our giveaway, which will be awesome, and prizes just for subscribing. So do it.
apparently,
So do it.
yeah, Christmas is going to come to someone because there's going to be some sweet presents.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is free the Navy.
Sweet presents.
Yep. And yeah, make sure you like and subscribe, or else you will be cursed to... God damn it, I don't really have anything. Quick, Dennis, give me a curse.
Locusts, obviously. We're going to go with locusts.
Yay!
Just when you not expect it, a swarm of locusts. And it's not anything major. It's just a really big inconvenience for like a couple seconds. But, you know.
But man,
I'm liking right now just to get it out of the way because I don't need locusts in my life. 2020 been rough enough.
I was given my track record of suggesting cursed, I was just going to say, nothing's coming to mind except really biblical shit, and I don't think anybody needs that. And then here comes Dennis saying 20-second locusts.
Well, we already had murder hornets. I mean, we might as well.
That's true.
Yeah. So.
Have you seen some videos of locust swarms? There was one that went viral like last year or something.
No, but do you know that computer simulation where you can put anything against anything? What about locusts versus murder hornets? That's what I want to know. Like, it's which plague wins.
I've got that program. I want to see if I can find models for murder hornets and locusts. That'd be
anyway.
There might be.
Anyway, like and subscribe.
I just want to quickly touch on the fact that Ben is talking about Mr. Fisk fighting his way out of a wet paper bag to join us tonight. He's talking pretty damn early in the evening.
Some heavy shade. Damn.
We're going to get to that fight, and you might not like the outcome.
Dun,
That's
dun,
all right.
dun.
We'll see.
But on that note, Darren, Justin, and Ben are all in chat right now. What are y'all carrying tonight, guys?
Mm-hmm. And on that note, I was playing around with my SHOT Show fact today.
Oh, the sexiness.
I'm not jealous.
It's just
not
pretty.
Really.
I should have bought one.
Yeah. With the silver twill.
Yeah.
It's nice.
So you decided to wear your tuxedo today for no reason at the same time?
I'm straight.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Did you talk with your hands all day?
Of course.
There you go.
I went simple. Northwoods Little Bay. I was talking to a couple of the regulars in the shop, and they were talking about Northwoods knives, and it reminded me on how much I like this little baby. So
It's a sweet little guy.
it's a guillotine with a half stop. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I can see that. I'm carrying my Christmas knife, which is, the Lion Steel SR1.
Big red.
Big red. And I've been carrying.
He uses that nickname for multiple things, by the way.
Oh, I don't like that at all. I don't like that one bit.
You shouldn't.
Today, carrying the Spyderco Phoenix. Oh, I set it to speaker view hoping, but it's just not zooming on me. That's fine.
No.
Whatever. There we go. Yeah. It's weird. It's funky. It's from
It's weird.
2008 and 2009, apparently.
Yeah, but you also own a Zulu, so, you know.
I have that Zulu, like, right here, too. I
It's
don't know.
better looking
Hey,
than a
guys,
Zulu.
what's more hideous? You better say the Zulu, because the
The
Phoenix
Zulu
is beautiful
is,
by
Yeah.
comparison.
the Zulu is an ugly looking knife, dude.
Yeah.
Is it all in the blade, or is it mostly the handle? Or is it just an unholy combination
Yes.
of both?
Yes.
It's a pretty awful looking knife.
I'm going to catch you with the spoon that I made here. That's what that is.
It's a shovel. Thank you very much.
Indeed.
Still gonna cut you with it.
Yeah.
So just to touch on the fact, Ben's carrying a rum and coke tonight, which EDC is a must.
Damn straight.
And
Cheers, boys.
Darren is carrying the joy of music in his heart, which
Don't do that.
Where else are you supposed to carry it, Joe?
Literally anywhere else.
do you carry the love of music in your butt?
Yes. Well, you can,
Okay.
but should you? No.
I don't like where this is going at all, I think.
No, I think the heart is the appropriate place for the love of music.
It's okay. I could be wrong.
So we're actually doing things completely backwards this week. We are doing the Christmas picks first. We're doing the review last episode. It's going to be a little more unique.
Suckers.
So yeah, we're twisting it up just because of the way that it's going to come out next week. As far as airing goes, I think this is going to be way more fun to watch throughout the week as far as we're releasing them. So
In regards to our picks, we have two. Do we all want to do one and then do the other?
I like that idea.
Yeah.
If we want to go with the budgets first and then the fancies.
Yeah.
How about we start with Dennis?
Maybe not.
Or
We'll
not.
start with me if we want to. Yeah. For the budget, give me a hang on a sec. So this is the one I did put a bit of a disclaimer. We were talking about polar bear dollars as far as our gift buying guide goes, because that's what it was. And we were going to go $100 or less for a budget knife. And then we were kind of talking about a 200 or more type of for a fancy knife if you wanted to spoil, I think was the parameters that we agreed on.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the line on both, and we'll talk about that later. So my budget is actually the Civivi Appalachian Drifter. Now, there's several options out there, but the base model with the micarta and the S35 is roughly 80 American, which is putting it into that 105-ish polar bear dollars. So I'm trying to sneak it in. So, but having said that as well, they do have some Damascus versions with some fancy G10 versions, and that exceeds the budget. But I thought I'd throw that out there as far as that I'm cheating a little bit when it comes to this gift buying guide, right? So, but even still, that middle green G10 micarta one with the S35 is coming home. Double D10 front flipper is what these guys are rocking.
Nice.
That one on the top is like zebra out of the African safari.
Crazy.
Jeez,
Yeah.
man.
It's
Instantly reminds me of the white and black marble carbon fiber that Benchmade might be playing with.
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yes. So anyway, that is my budget pick, is the base model ones. They're S35, front flipper, double detent. I'm kind of doubling up on last year's SHOT Show picks with the rustic gent, and this is just kind of a variation, but they've made it more fun. The rustic gent, they've done front flipper, they've done double detent. You guys all capitalized on that one, and I probably will still get a gent, but this Appalachian Drifter looks like it might actually
It's a nice option.
supersede my need for a gent more than I think I want this knife a little bit more. So I'm glad I waited and didn't get the variant that I wanted, because now we got this and we can play with that. So anyway, let's get this show rolling. Someone else pick.
I'm gonna get a
Or
Damascus
comment.
one at some point.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
You're gonna what? Sorry.
I'm gonna get a Damascus Appalachian at some point. I wanted a rustic gent in the Damascus, but I think I'm gonna make that jump to this.
And clip on this bad boy too, instead of pocket slip. So I don't know if I like that or not. I like pros and cons of both. So
Right hand only.
yeah, but I wouldn't carry this as a main knife anyway. I'm quite
Yeah.
all right with putting this in a secondary pocket or a back pocket type of carry.
Yep.
Correct hand.
Nice. I could go next. So
Sure.
this is kind of getting close to that limit, but you can find it. You can find it in and around 100. For me, it's actually the Cold Steel Airlight. It's kind of a cool piece. It's a triad lock. It's relatively sturdy stock of Oz 10A, and it's very, very lightweight for the size. The name Airlight, right? I really like the slender triad lock knives that you could get. Pretty sure this model's discontinued at this point. The Broken Skull. Getting something somewhat similar at a reasonable price point. The next comparable option to this in terms of size and materials and lock would be the Spyderco Endura. And I think this is kind of a Spyderco Endura killer, just in terms of what it is and what it should be capable of. And at the budget price level, you're often looking for something you can abuse a little bit. So I think this is a pretty solid pick for most people.
It's a normal size knife from Cold Steel. It confuses
other
me.
than the Kershaw leak clip that it comes with.
Yeah,
'Cause
there's that.
I'm not hating. Now, the other thing as well is we did an episode 2 years ago that was kind of the same idea. And I know we didn't discuss it this time around, but I thought these were actually going to be 2020 offerings. I don't know what everyone else picked as far as offerings and whether they were 2020 picks or not, but
No.
okay, cool.
Yeah, we did not discuss it. It wasn't in my head.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we did a couple years ago when we did this as well. But yes, we didn't talk about it. And just as Joe was saying that, I'm like, that's not a 2020 pick.
Well, if it makes you feel better, this is pretty late 2019, right? Like,
yeah, I'll give it to you.
just if I'm comparing a lot of the other budgety type options that are coming out, it's hard for me not to suggest something like that. Anyway, yeah.
I think it's not going to remind anybody or surprise anybody. That's a sentence that makes sense.
It's not going to remind me of anything.
It's not going to surprise anybody that I picked the QSP Penguin as my option.
Hey, wait, you mean that knife? That knife right there?
That's the
No.
one.
I think he means this knife.
Well, one of the clips is actually on the right side of the 30.
Yeah,
so
and one of
it's-
them's on the wrong side. I don't know what the hell's wrong with yours, but you better do something about that.
No.
Anyways, as far as budget goes, $50 Canadian. I don't know what that translates into Eagle Buckaroos, but much less. It is an exceptionally cheap knife, and you get Damascus and D2 and a really smooth action.
Whoa. Damascus and D2, you say?
Did I say Damascus?
You sure
I said
did.
I meant micarta and Damascus, yeah, and D2.
Just trying to bring up a picture here. I tried to go to their official website. So there's the micarta new. Jesus, does it look that different? Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does.
All right.
Take off one of the scales and look on the inside of it, Joe.
Yeah, I don't have to. I'll see if I can find that for the second episode.
Wow.
That's
a good...
proper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I just replaced my proper scales. Yeah, and the inside of those proper scales actually looked like normal micarta. The outside did not.
Yeah, I'll get that ready for a second episode. I got my tool here, so.
Yeah.
He's got his tool here.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, I don't think it's any surprise that the Penguin is awesome budget choice. We scored that knife ridiculously high for what it is, right? So
only reason why one's not in my collection is hand sizes.
You
Wasn't
got
comfy
him,
for
man.
me, but
yeah,
there's a parrot coming in, right? Isn't that the bigger brother?
it's a Pelican.
Pelican.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not going to get anything correct tonight, apparently.
The best part is
okay.
they do have a knife called the Parrot as well, I believe. They like to play off of that.
That is fair.
So, anyone else comment before Nigel goes? We're flying through this episode. We're going to be done before the early break. That's what that means. Like it's
Darren is apparently surprised at you.
Surprised at my penguin choice.
The penguin?
Yeah.
I am surprised, Paul, he says. Mr. Fisk says
said
he
with a
bought a
question
new
mark,
micarta
so
knife.
I'm really
too.
confused.
Fisk, what was the micarta knife you bought?
It was an 80-10. He was all up in my DM showing me pictures.
I see.
All up
I
in
And
see.
he
there.
showed me his knife.
All up in there.
Uh-oh. Very cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's really nice looking. Micarta scales on an 80-10.
all right then. All right then.
Wraps up all on Paul there.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
your choice. Cool. So yeah, my choice have been a little weird this year. I definitely picked stuff for the knife nut or types of knife nuts that may be in your life. For my budget one, I ended up picking something for the bushcrafty knife nut that may be in your life, and it is the Settler's Wrench. It is a eyelid on one of the like corkscrew augers.
Look it up, Joe.
I'm trying.
Yep.
I'm trying. This is really weird.
Yeah.
So
I just-
when I asked if they were 2020 items,
No, they were not.
I know. And by that you mean 14th century.
1820.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. If there's anyone in your life that's anywhere, like any form of bushcrafty, if they got this, they would be very happy. And like, oh, that's something cool for you to go out and play with and have fun and see what I can build. And yeah,
Build some furniture out in the bush.
exactly.
I don't even know.
Fisk is taking off here. So
Oh.
So quick.
have a good night, brother.
Take care.
It's a drive-by hello. Ooh, hello.
Oh, hello there.
So yes, I am familiar with the what is it called? Something wrench,
Settler's
auger,
Wrench.
Settler's Wrench. Yes. It's fun. It's fun and all, and especially for the bushcrafty aspect. I'll give you that, right?
Yeah, and just something unique and different. And
Yeah. If you
The
ever
interesting
asked me if
thing-
I was going to put a settler's wrench into my bug out bag, I would probably strongly, firmly say no. But
as far as just like something
Playing
that might
with.
not have been on your list, and then all of a sudden someone gifted you this, you'd get excited.
total surprise, wouldn't see it coming.
Yeah, it would
I'm
be a
with
fun
you.
present.
I'm with you.
It's funny. I've seen many a Dave Canterbury video where he talks about bringing augers and hand drills out into the bush for building stuff,
Hmm.
and I'm surprised he hasn't talked about these more.
Yeah, and yeah, since how Justin's asking about it in the comments there, point of this guy is one of the sides on the handle portion has the bevel on it, so it's actually designed to skin down a log and make a handle or that size dowels, and build a handle, put it through that eyelet, so you've got a nice big T handle, and then drill holes into other logs and build furniture.
Yeah.
And do the
Hammer stakes and put stakes through, and yeah.
Mhm.
And drill the hole for the stake that you're stripping through that piece of wood.
Yeah.
So super handy tool.
Mhm.
Especially if I'm pioneering the West.
Exactly.
You're gonna get dysentery.
What do you mean gonna get?
I don't like any of that.
Only the tough survive, man.
From dysentery.
It's like the swooping cough, you know.
Mhm.
don't like any of that.
No,
None of
should
it.
you?
No, I didn't think so.
All right. That's actually all
Next
4 of
picks.
us, right?
That is.
All right. So we got expensive picks. Is that me going first again, or should we go opposite direction?
Sure.
Let's keep it on the weird side of things.
Well,
So, yeah.
let's keep it on the weird side of things. All right,
Uh-oh.
let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
What's the next thing?
So yeah, for my more expensive gift for the knife nut in your life, I did not pick a knife, and this one wasn't even a cutting tool. I didn't pick a specific model, but a nice, big, giant Pelican case.
Nice storage. Nice storage is a good one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And especially in the expensive, because some of the bigger kits can definitely get up there with the Pelican cases. But
You can get
are
easy $400 or $500 range.
They are
Easy.
badass. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to
Get one of the nice ones with the already pre-cut squares, so you can customize the sizes and the foam, and
Don't
I
think
want
it's
you to know
cropped
that
super well, but
I felt feelings about the fact that the cutting tool was the
Auger. Yeah, for sure. We're going to get into that at the end of this episode, for
uh,
sure.
stuff.
hey,
Yeah.
technically it cuts,
Yes.
and it is a tool. Victory.
I don't know how much of a victory that is.
It's enough that I'm claiming it.
Standing on the rock this big and just being triumphant.
Hey, it's triumphant. I don't care.
Try.
Yes, Pelican case.
Yeah. Pelican case is a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the ones that have like the little laser cutout slots like Joe's got up on the screen right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's a super convenient way to be able to see everything while keeping everything safe.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Yeah.
all right.
Was it me and then Nigel last time?
Nah, it's
It
you
was
and then me
you.
now.
Yeah, correct.
It's you now and then me,
No,
or me and
you now.
okay.
You go now. Me later.
Thanks, Joe.
Continue.
Yeah. My expensive choice. Again, something that only barely kind of went over the mark as far as dollar amount. I picked the Spyderco Spy Opera as my expensive choice. It's a fancy little knife, and I like my Carta.
Yep.
It's an easy way into my heart.
And that's
As
an
you
easy one to appeal to a lot of different tastes.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
M390. It's what, like 240-ish Canadian, something like that.
About
Italian made,
Yeah.
rounded
2
spine, wire
quarter,
clip.
something like that. Yeah. M390. That's a good price for M390. My Carta Italian. Yeah.
One of the smoothest actions on a lockback that you'll see. Like, it's siren level of smooth.
No, it is.
It tries to be siren level of smooth.
How dare you?
You could probably get it dialed in to be siren level.
How
but
dare you?
yeah. You don't own one. You bought a swayback instead.
This didn't exist when I bought my Swayback, sir.
Do you think you would buy this instead of the Swayback?
No. I'm going to buy both.
Oh,
Are you crazy? Yeah. I will own one of those. I even like the way they did the lanyard hole. It's out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
They did it right.
I think Lion Steel did it right.
Mhm.
I don't know how much Spider.
I mean, Lion Steel made them both, so
Yeah. True enough.
I don't know. I know it's wrong, but I like it more with the Spidey hole.
I kind of do as well. Not gonna lie. Feels
You
weird.
should lie. It's the better answer.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Anyway.
Roy and Graves in chat is saying that he wishes the Swayback had a wire clip. We all wish the Swayback had a wire clip. Let's be honest.
But especially Paul, because he owns one.
Darren thinks I'm drunk, and that's not true. This is my first beer of the evening.
It's Christmas time.
You should work on that. He was drinking eggnog before.
No, that's just liquid cake you drink in a glass with a rum in it. It's disgusting.
It's tasty. That's what I forgot to grab today.
No, I don't know. It's like drinking a glass of mucus. Not a fan.
That's a way better curse, by the way. Anyway.
Next week,
What part of that exactly?
drinking a glass of mucus.
Anyway, Joe, you should probably keep this train rolling and not talk about
Please.
what we were talking about.
Yeah, let's just avoid the whole thing. Okay, so this one actually I don't think is going to be like a super shocker to anyone here. It's the ZT 357.
Okay.
357.
Actually, okay. Yeah.
So-
Throw it out there. This was in the running for me. I thought about Anyway,
So
continue
the
on.
reason why I suggest this is because it's right in at that $200 mark, but you could find it under. You could find it slightly over, but this thing is just like really weirdly good for the money for an assisted knife. Pretty thin stock. It's 20 CV. It's G10. It's comfortable. It's a really nice knife overall. And it's a comfortable size. It's not like a crazy overbuilt ZT, and it's not so strange like the 707. Because I recognize that as much as I love this thing, it's kind of a weird knife. Like, it's really thin, spindly. It's not up to everybody's tastes, but I think most people who get a 357 are going to be impressed with it, especially given the choice of materials.
If somebody gifted me a 357, I'd be happy about it.
The killer why it knocked off of my list personally, because it was in the running, was because of actually the assisted opening, and I couldn't justify being my top pick being a spring assisted knife of the year, of the whatever type of thing. It was hard for, but yeah, bang for your buck for 20 CV, American made, smoking awesome warranty because ZT hooks guys up when they need to. Yeah, it was a contender for me, for sure.
It's just with most of the knives that I found interesting that were very expensive that came out this year, they're in that price range. That's literally half the money that this thing is, and it's got the same blade steel.
And I think we did talk about 200 and up. So if you wanted to get silly, you could.
Yeah, but I think for even up to like $200 to $300, this is still a pretty solid purchase. It's a good working knife. Anyway, yeah. I also personally think that assisted knives are going to end up going the way of the dodo within the next couple of years. So
Grab them while you can.
I think Kershaw will do them for a while. ZT will probably do them for a little while, but I think that you should start looking for models you like, because ball bearing flippers are exceedingly common. Smooth actions can be had at the $50 price point without needing an assist these days. So anyway,
So
As he
Darren
pulls out a
took-
knife that doesn't have ball bearings.
no, but that's my point. Phosphor
Yeah.
bronze, but yeah.
Copper.
Are they? Oh yeah, they
They're
totally are.
copper.
We
Yeah.
talked about
We
that.
did.
Yeah.
We did. Just habits.
Darren saying in chat, and I assume he took Dennis's thing about $200 or more and ran with it, but his pick is the Mace of Sauron. So
Okay, so here's the thing. If you get yourself a Mace of Sauron, of course you're like, that's a front center display. That's like above the dining room table, like as you're eating Christmas dinner type of thing.
Above the dining, like just hanging precariously from the ceiling.
Yeah. Well, chandelier style if you need to.
If you
I
need to.
think the more
Yeah.
important question is which one first, the mace or the helm?
Mace first.
you can wear the helm.
As you're
Exactly.
carving the turkey, my friend.
Yeah.
As you're carving the turkey. Yeah.
Just sitting there at the dining room table and just fork up underneath the edge and eat
Yeah.
it that way? Like,
With
come on.
with Sting, as you say, look who's laughing now, bitch.
I feel like we should have picked this.
As a budget item, that would have been
Yeah.
awesome. That's
not a bad one.
honorable mention for sure.
For sure.
So I guess I'm last, eh?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it looks like it.
All right, so couple things I'm going to note here. When it comes to expensive picks, I had a couple things that would have taken the place over top of this. My first pick would have been an X Series Pena, Trapper, Apache, Barlow, one of the Riat X Series knives. In that front flipper action that he's doing would have been my number one, but good luck trying to find it. So why would that be a Christmas pick, right? So that one got axed for me. My number two pick would have been an S90 Saddle Mountain Skinner. But again, like everyone's like, can you find one? Can you find one? Because the S90s are few and far between nowadays, and you can only find the S30s, if anything. So that one got scrapped. So I went with a theme this year, and for all of 2020, I went with a theme. I'm doubling down on the SHOT Show knives. And like my rustic gent, and I went with a variation of an Appalachian Drifter, my expensive knife this year is the Barrows, either the one or the two. And honestly, I think every single person that put that in their hand said, hey, that's a sweet knife. It surprised people left and right. It surprised the group when we got to play with it in person, and everyone that I've handed it to just said, hey, that's a cool little blade type of thing. So I'm going to double down. You might not expect it for Christmas, but if you got one of these for Christmas, I bet you the surprise would be like, holy cow, this thing is pretty badass, right? So
I think also suggesting a fixed blade that is so pocketable as well, because that's a big thing. A lot of people like to carry these tiny fixed blades inside of a pocket. So even if you're not the type of guy who wears this on a belt, maybe you'll carry it in a pocket, use it for some harder tasks. It's you are right. Yeah. It is a cool little knife.
And if you scroll through the variations, through the micartas and the carbon fibers and the whatever type of thing, there is sub $200, and then if you want to get fancy with the marbled carbon fiber or the checkered, then you get over the $200 marker. But with 8 variations to choose from, why not, right? I don't know what Nigel and Paul are doing.
I'm just looking around. I was going to say I had a small fixed blade as an option that I was thinking about as well.
For your budget option? Yeah.
Which was the QSP neck muck.
Whose head looks like a duck.
So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if it's a shocker or not, but I think it would be an awesome shocker for anyone that actually got it for Christmas. So.
Indeed.
I just want to quickly say what's going on to Knife Nuts podcast. They have joined us in chat here right now. So what's going on?
Greetings.
Thanks, guys.
Glad you could join us.
Yeah. So there. Go ahead.
Pretty good haul, I think. Any one of these picks, you'd be pretty pleased with finding them in your stocking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't say no to any of them. I would definitely be giggling if I pulled a settler's wrench out of my
good God. Like, seriously.
Yeah. I
think there were some weird picks.
You redeemed yourself with a Pelican case, because I think that's an awesome Christmas present for the knife guy and the serious knife guy.
Okay, so
but good Lord, dude, like
I didn't say it at the time about the Pelican case, but like it's one of those things where a guy's willing to drop $300, $400, $500 on a knife, but it may not be for like a year or two down the line where it's like, man, I really need to do something for storage that he considers a Pelican case. Whereas just being gifted one of those things where like, oh, I don't want to buy that for myself, and I'm super happy I have it, or like that was given to me. Like, yeah, that's an awesome gift idea.
Oh, all of my, like, either EDC or collectors, depending on what it would instantly be transferred. Like, that's what I would be doing before Christmas dinner type of thing. Would be playing with my Pelican case and organizing knives. Like, that would be a sweet gift, for sure.
Yeah. Crisscross applesauce on the floor, or what?
Oh, good Lord, I got to do it in stages. Have you seen my collection?
Yes. Although not spread out for a long time.
Some of it's over here. Have a drink.
Yeah, there it is.
You got a question in chat there, Dennis.
What's this now? This week. Yeah, I saw it. The Bison. This week, it could be in before Christmas. It could be a Christmas present for everybody, but I'm looking forward to it. The Bison is a sweet knife, and we got the denim micarta version, so they're probably going to go pretty quick.
Let me pull up a picture of that.
QSP in general, that could be a Christmas. I think that's worth doubling up on your
We've got
penguin.
a viewer from Greece that just joined us right now. So what's going on?
Cool.
I don't know how to say their name, but somebody help me.
I'm going to go with Cayenne.
Cayenne? Yeah.
Cayenne. Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad you could join us.
But yeah,
Hello.
the Bison. It was actually just recently featured on DBK. Dutch Bushcraft put a video up, and they smashed pretty good on it. So, yeah.
To say the least.
And Nigel and I were recently talking about actually Kydex sheaths where they only punch one side of the holes. And I really appreciate that they did a 9-hole configuration so you could carry this thing in a multitude of different ways.
Indeed.
Instead of just a 2-hole righty friendly, so I'm gonna punch some holes in some Kydex and make it lefty friendly type of attitude, right? So
Super quick side note, it's 10 minutes to 5 a.m. in Greece right now. What are you doing watching knife videos this early in the morning, man? That's awesome.
cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yes.
Hope you're having a good breakfast.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think, like I said, QSB, whether it's the Penguin, whether it's a Bison, whether it's the Pelican coming out with the S35 and the flippy good times.
Most of their lineup looks nuts. Like I've just been flipping through their website the last couple days. I can't remember most of the names for a lot of them, but they look really good. And
I also think it's really awesome. Not my actual picks because I picked things that like work a little bit out there, but my top choices were like the Pena X series flippers, or like the Penguin would have been my first choice, but we talked about not doubling up on choices and stuff like that beforehand. Both Chinese made, both the low end and the high end for my picks would have been Chinese made knives, which is kind of funny.
I find I find it funny that if we had not discussed doubling up, there's a very real chance that all three of us would have chosen the Penguin to be our budget option.
Damn straights they would have. Yeah,
$50 for D2
no doubt,
Micarta.
no doubt about it. Yeah, but
Crazy.
an Appalachian Drifter that's hovering on that $100 marker for S35. It's an easy answer for me. I'm like, that's a sexy as hell. Double detent, so the flippy action with the front flipper. Oh, I'm gonna. Love
that's
that.
going to be the hardest thing about
Nigel is gonna hate me for the first week I own that knife because I will play with it like a lot.
So does it seem like there's a trend starting with front flipper slip joints? Like slip joint type knives? Because I've seen a couple here and there, and it's like, I don't know, this seems like a relatively new thing to me, and I'm kind of excited by it.
Pena does a pretty damn good job of it, and maybe people are trying to emulate that design.
But some of Pena's are liner locks as well with his front flippers, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
But
so
like I don't know if we're in an out-and-out trend, but you definitely see a little more common.
But like, okay, so the EWC from Monterey Bay Knives, which again Chinese produced, but it's a back flipper not unlike the Smock that I love so dearly, where you're touching the back end and having it pop, but it's just a double detent. Like, I really want that. That's so cool.
And I love front flippers. The trend needs to stick around for a little while just to see how it develops. But Nigel, sorry, go ahead.
I wonder if the flipper / slip joint sort of trend is tied into the European market, and if that's growing in strength enough to help push that.
And our polar bear market is not exactly lenient either right now, right? So, but Paul, shoot in.
I just wanted to quickly say Darren's taking off, so have a good night, brother.
Cheers, man. I'm always happy you join us there, Darren. So.
It's funny, as you were saying, that you front flippers were a design that needs to stick around for a while. Justin was in chat saying the exact opposite. So.
Oh, I saw they need to get rid of the front flippers. So what I'm saying is you need to let them stew and boil a little bit. This is a slow cooking item. This isn't a searing barbecue item. You can't tell what you got right off the bat. Give it a couple of years, man. I'm just saying the front flippers are going to go places.
Melting pots are called melting pots because everything has to simmer down together and blend and coalesce and
melt.
It's not an Instapot. It's a melting pot. It's
I don't like the sound of Instapot, honestly, but I'm not a pothead, so
I kind of like the sound of Instapot, but we're getting close to break, so that's probably why.
That we are.
there's that lampshade. Excellent.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you all think about front flippers. I know as a lefty, adapting to certain knives like a tie light, like a right, like that's why I probably have learned
He means like this.
the love of front flippers. That was one of the first knives I learned how to front flip.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it the real steel metamorph?
This is not a front flipper.
Unless you contoured the bolster, I bet you could.
No, you don't need it.
Okay.
It'll do it,
Nice.
but it's not a front flipper.
And I think since then, people have been looking at knives differently. I think we can talk about the Boker Lancer. Panchenko never designed that as a front flipper. People just started doing it.
What was what was your all-time? Well, not your all-time, but like one of your most favorite designs, the Chamois.
Yeah,
like
Skippy.
Yeah. Talk about your nice high end.
What do you mean a Sabenza with a thumb stud that or without a thumb stud that gets in the way, right? Like it's
Yeah.
I personally think that front flippers are going to become a staple. But yeah, it's going to take some time. Because it looks like there's still a lot of models coming out where the kinks haven't been ironed out, I think is the most generous way of putting it.
It's the start of the trend.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a trend more towards the smock as well, where back flippers are going to be less and less obtrusive.
like the Akuchi. I think me and Nigel really agree. Joe really agrees. I don't know. Paul's kind of
I dig it.
But yeah, Jimmy, if they made a compression lock with a button like the smock on an Akuchi, that knife would be in my collection. I don't care how much I bitch about fake carbon fiber and S30V overpriced. I would still buy it. I would still buy it and put it in my collection if I'm still tempted by it, to tell you the truth. The Akuchi, I'm still tempted by it. Because it's fun. Like even as a righty carry, it's like the compression as a righty. I understand.
I will own that knife. Like I've said for a while, if I had the smock and the Akuchi in front of me at one point, I don't know what I would have bought first. They're both a ton of fun. It's just a shame that with that type of flipper design, you almost need either a button lock or a compression lock in order to make it work. Just the way the tang works out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Paul.
That's all right. I was going to say we got pretty derailed and we were talking about Christmas picks and now we're talking about flippers. So we might want to hit up a break here and maybe get to the second episode, which is Christmas fun times.
Let's let Paul get his word in before we do that.
What was it now?
Sorry.
No, I was going to say even something as simple as the 707 that you have, where it's still got a flipper that sticks out the back, but they've done everything they can to make it as small as possible.
They can do better. They can do better.
But they've been doing minimal for a while, and I'm not going to get into a huge tangent
They're
about
getting
it.
better and better at it.
If you look at the Sinkovich compared.
Yeah. I'm with you. I got a 301 over here that will peck the shit out of you.
Absolutely. So there you have our Christmas picks and a bunch of other BS you weren't planning on hearing, but hey, there it is.
Surprise! It's us.
Knife Nuts, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks.
Hope you enjoyed the chat.
Again.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to hang around as anyone in the chat as well. We'll just be going on our quick little break here to top up our refreshments, and we shall return shortly to continue the entertainment tonight. So head on off, empty out your bladder, refill your drinks in the appropriate order, and we shall return shortly.
We don't need bigger knife. Yeah.